I am at the point where I am firmly convinced, folks, that there is not going to come a day during this administration where I'm going to have to sit here and tell you about, hey, Donald Trump actually accomplished something. Because based on all of the available data, including new data from the Labor Department this week, Trump has failed at quite literally every single thing he has done since becoming president. And one of the biggest failures, of course, is with the economy. Donald Trump, when he came into office on January 20th, 2025, inherited an economy where inflation was shrinking. Prices were coming down. Things were getting better. And in 8 short months, he not only stopped the growth in its tracks, but put us back on the path to where prices are going up, wages are going down, jobs are being lost left and right, unemployment is rising. Everything is now back to getting worse month over month because of what Donald Trump has done. There's no bones about it. There's no questions. There's no speculation that, well, maybe it's no. It's because of the decisions of Donald Trump that American consumers, regardless of your political affiliation, are getting screwed. Maybe you voted for him. You're getting screwed. Maybe you didn't vote for him. You're getting screwed. We're all equally getting screwed here. So it doesn't matter if you voted for him or not. This is an issue that affects all of us. It doesn't matter if you still support him. You're still getting screwed. But here is what this new report showed us. For the month of August, inflation continued to rise 2.9% compared to a year ago. And of course, that's because companies are pushing the cost of the tariffs that they are paying onto us. So it's the Trump tax. And in a double whammy for the economy, new data also shows the number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits last week rose 263,000. It rose to 263,000, tens of thousands more people last week lost their jobs and filed for unemployment benefits. Now, inflation year over year at this point, 2.9%. Core inflation, which takes out food and energy, is viewed as a steadier gauge of the underlying pressures. And that actually rose 3.1%. So if you take out food and energy, right, the number 1 and 2 expenses for people outside of housing, inflation's actually higher because food prices have not yet caught up with the rest of inflation, but they will. And it gets worse. Grocery prices rose by 2.7% in August from a year earlier, up from 2.2% in July. So month over month, half a point higher. That is big. Coffee surged by more than 21%. Eggs rose by 10%, and energy is up 13.8%. Eggs are going up again, folks. Weren't y'all the ones who a year ago were whining and crying about how expensive eggs were? You made it an issue. Fox News was talking every day about the cost of eggs. Newsmax was talking about it. Every conservative candidate talking about eggs. You'd think these people were friggin' Gaston out there with how many eggs they were eating. Where are you now? Where are you? You can't care about something one year and then the next year think that, no, it's okay that this thing I said was horrible last year is now great today. That doesn't work. The public has noticed, right? That's why Donald Trump is underwater on every single issue, especially on his handling of the economy. If eggs and their prices, of course, were a big issue last year, and that's the thing, it was just eggs. That was the main thing. Eggs. Well, how about today when you've got eggs, coffee, bacon? I mean, shit, any breakfast item, breakfast is about to become a luxury that most people won't be able to afford. Beef prices are up to the highest point in American history. We are getting screwed, right? This isn't funny. This isn't humorous in any way. Everybody, regardless of your political affiliation, gets screwed on this because we're all paying the Trump tax. Some can weather it a little better than others. Some can't. But it doesn't matter your situation. We are all paying more for everything, according to Trump's own administration, right? Because this is coming from them. They're the ones telling us We're screwing you over. And Donald Trump doesn't care. He's going to continue doing this because to him, according to the administration, it's all just one very fun game.
Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.